Hi guys, we are back for another question and answer for the Summer Mass Fitness TV. So last week we went ahead and we discussed the 80-20 diet and how that's beneficial and how much I enjoy doing that because that is how I personally eat. So this week I had questions in regards to how nutrition kind of fits into that and whether or not one diet fit is perfect for everyone. So I wanted to go ahead and break that down a little bit and discuss that further because nutrition plays such a huge role in our day-to-day life, even though we may not think that it has a huge impact on how we think, how we feel, our energy levels, what our body looks like, etc., etc. It does. It has a huge impact on everything. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that. And I think it's very important to take the time to actually listen and actually feel what your body is experiencing when you're eating certain things. So in regards to whether or not all nutrition works for everyone, I'm going to say no, because everyone is 100% different. So we all respond to different foods differently. Hence the fact that we all have, or not all of us, but a lot of us have allergies, or we have a gluten intolerance, or some sensitivity, or you can't eat fruit, or people are sensitive to dairy. Just everybody is so different when it comes to nutrition and how their body's going to respond to it. So that's something that you do need to consider when you are trying to get yourself on a healthy, nutritious diet. So let's go ahead and look at it this way. As humans, as I said, we are all built differently, and therefore we all need different foods and different amounts of water, different vitamins, just different everything in order for our body to actually thrive and be 100% on a daily basis. So what I would like is, and it's going to sound silly at first, it always does when I tell people to go ahead and do this, but if you can actually journal your foods and kind of journal alongside that how you feel after you're eating those foods, it can make it such a huge difference in what you're going to eat on a daily basis. So me personally, what I found was I can't have tons and tons of dairy. I'll get a horrible stomach ache. If I eat a lot of sugary foods, I get horrible headaches and I get really bad anxiety, and honestly I get really irritated very easily. So I try not to eat lots of sugars. I don't feel good after doing it, not only mentally but physically as well. I just feel very tired and very run down after I eat that kind of stuff. So I personally stay away from it. Not to say I don't eat it, because I do, but I try not to eat it continuously or on a daily basis. Same goes with carbs. You'll have a lot of people who their bodies will function very high efficiency when they eat a lot of carbs. Other people, they tend to feel kind of sluggish and run down, and me personally, I need to kind of find that perfect balance for myself so that I can feel good about myself that day, where I'm not going to feel really tired and sluggish and run down. Because when you're trying to make it through your day and you're already kind of lacking on the energy and you eat one of those huge carb meals, you're just going to hit rock bottom, and all you're going to want to do is lay down and take a nap, and you're definitely not going to want to go to the gym or go home and clean your house after work or go home and spend time with the family. You're just going to want to go sleep. So it's very important to actually listen to your body when you are eating certain things, because your body has a reaction for everything, and whether or not you think that it's being impacted because of everything that's going on in your day-to-day life, a lot of people don't acknowledge the fact that it quite possibly could be what you're eating is impacting how you're feeling. So same goes in kids. I mean, kids with ADHD, a lot of parents don't realize, if they're eating lots and lots of sugars, if they're eating a lot of processed foods, all that, a lot of dairy, a lot of cheese, all that impacts that child very mentally and very physically. And studies have shown that by removing certain things, such as the gluten or such as the dairy products, such as the processed foods from these children's diets, it hugely impacts their personalities as well, and their attention span, and just how they go about their daily lives and how they pay attention and how they feel about themselves. Now, that's not only in children, that's in adults as well. So if we take the time to actually listen to our bodies and how we feel while we're eating certain things, I can guarantee that you'll figure out some really great things about yourself, and you'll also figure out what works for you personally when it comes to changing your physique. Because I don't know if you guys notice, but I do notice personally, because I pay attention to those kind of things, but I'm not a huge carb lover. I can't say that I ever have been a huge carb lover, but there are people out there who are huge carb lovers, and that's great. I mean, I sometimes wish that I really did or was able to eat a lot more carbs, because I do enjoy them, but personally my body just doesn't handle it very well. So, but you can look at people, and we've all heard the phrase, you are what you eat, and people who tend to eat tons and tons of carbs or processed foods or sugary foods, tons and tons of dairy, stuff like that, they will carry a heavier, fuller appearance, rather than the people who stick to the lean proteins, the complex carbs, the veggies, and the fruits and stuff that are good for them. So just take note in what you're eating and just see how your body responds to it. So if you guys don't food journal, I do suggest that you start doing so. And when you are doing that, just go ahead and write down like the time of day that you're eating, what you're drinking, and how you're feeling at that point in time. And then a couple hours later when you eat again, just kind of note if you've had any changes, like physically or mentally, that you've noticed. I mean, did you get a stomach ache after you ate this food? Or do you feel like you had a energy spark? You know, you're flying, you have tons and tons of energy, you can do anything, you can tackle this day. You know, those are things that you need to pay attention to. And I mean, it could play a role in, maybe you got a lot of sleep the night before, so that could play a role as well. But if you want to learn more about yourself and learn more about your body, this is an excellent way to do so. And when I mention this to people, a lot of them are like, that's really time consuming. I mean, don't you think that seems a little ridiculous to go ahead and spend that much time on tracking your food or tracking how you're feeling, or really not that in tune with my body? You know, I mean, how do you really know that that's what's going on? But you start to notice after you do it for so long. And like I said, it's amazing what you can learn about yourself. People who have gained a lot of weight and they don't know where the weight gain is coming from, if you food journal, I can guarantee you that you will be able to look through that journal, or have a nutritionist or somebody else look through that food journal, and you'll be able to see what you're doing possibly on a daily basis. I mean, if you're feeling a certain way that day, and say you ate a bag of chips, you know, and then maybe you grabbed a handful of candy, and you'll just start to notice these things about yourself because you see it all on paper. And a lot of the time we don't notice those things about ourselves just by living our daily life, just because we're not noting them. But when you start to notice them, you start to kind of see a pattern there, and you're like, oh my God, I'm eating like an additional 1,000 calories a day just by snacking alone. Or people who go out and they party on the weekends, and they want to drink the booze, and they want to drink the booze and they want to eat the fried food, you know, late after the bar, or hit up the pancheros, or, you know, stuff like that. Over time, this kind of behavior it's a repeated pattern. I mean, you can see it in a lot of people. And I get that, where people are like, I want to go out and I want to have fun with my friends, but I don't want to gain weight. Okay. At some point, you're going to have to make some decisions there, where either one, you're not going to go out as often with your friends. Two, while you are out with your friends, you're going to have to hope that they're supportive of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. If you have supportive friends, they're going to want you to make the right decisions when it comes to your health. and they're going to want to see you succeed. So they're going to help you make healthy choices. They're not going to give you a hard time when you're in a restaurant and you're not binge drinking and eating with them. So, you know, by food journaling, these are a lot of things that you'll notice, though, is that when you are out with friends or you're out with family and, you know, you're just having a good time, that you do kind of get off track sometimes, which is fine. You know, a lot of people don't realize that, but it's something that you do need to pay attention to. And over time, once you start to realize it and you become more in tune with your body and become more focused on your goals and on your commitments, you can do it. I mean, you can keep losing weight, or you can put on muscle, or just keep your body more in check if you're willing to go ahead and put in the time and effort to do so. So that's my big thing this week, is to go ahead and food journal and make sure that you are taking the time to listen to your body and to focus on your goals and just trying to achieve everything that you want to achieve out of this life. So focus on that 80-20 diet and focus on that food journaling and see how you're feeling and what you experience with your body, mind, and your body physically and mentally. You know, see what you experience there. So if you have more questions in regards to that, go ahead and let me know. I know a lot of people are always kind of confused by the food journaling, or what they think they should be keeping track of and what they shouldn't be keeping track of, or what's important or what's not important. And I just say it's all important. Keep track of all of it, and later on down the road, you'll see what a huge role all the food plays in just your physical well-being. So I look forward to talking to all you guys soon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.